What's happening, friends? Welcome back to Dynamo DeFi. My name is Patrick, and on this channel I talk about cryptocurrency, decentralized finance, and economics. Today's video is another installment in my series about how to build a DeFi passive income yield farming portfolio. Today I'll be focusing on how to build a portfolio on the Cosmos network. And before I jump into the video, I want to send a quick reminder to everyone that nothing I say in here is financial advice, and that although I'll talk about a lot of different ways that you can earn passive income in different crypto projects that you could invest in, you should still do your own research before investing them in yourself, because ultimately you need to build your own conviction. Cool, so let's jump into the video then. This has been one of the most requested networks for this series, and truthfully I've actually put it off for a bit, despite the fact that Cosmos is one of my favorite ecosystems personally, and it's the single ecosystem that I have the most of my personal portfolio invested in right now. And the reason that I've put it off is just that Cosmos is so unique that I wasn't sure that it fit well with this format of video. But I think that I can make it work and show some cool opportunities for you to earn yield on your portfolio in Cosmos. Cool. So let's talk a bit about why Cosmos is so unique, and that will play a lot into the different strategies that we look at as well. So Cosmos, if you're not familiar, is the internet of blockchains. Basically, it's an interconnected system of different layer ones. And some of those layer ones are the layer ones you're used to, where you can build a series of different applications on it, like Terra, for example, is built on Cosmos, and it's connected to the Cosmos IBC. And then other layer ones are single app chains, like Osmosis, for example, which is one of the largest projects on Cosmos and one of the largest DeFi projects, period, now. But it's just a single app for now, at least. They may add more. And so that's what makes Cosmos somewhat unique. But almost every token we talk about today will be a layer one token, which makes it pretty interesting, because in addition to investing in sometimes a DeFi project, you're also investing in a proof of stake coin. So you can see here, this is the Cosmos website, and just to look at some of the chains on Cosmos, if we go to the top DeFi chain, so this is not only Cosmos, just in the top 10, we have Terra, Kronos, Osmosis, are all connected to the IBC, and they're all built using the Cosmos SDK. And scrolling down a bit more, Kava is also connected to the IBC. We have, let's see, Thorchain is considered part of the Cosmos ecosystem, but it's not on the IBC. Secret Network should be around here somewhere. There's Secret Network, but you can see there's a good number. And then if we go to the top Cosmos ecosystem coins, we have Terra, of course, Crypto.com, Cosmos, Atom, Osmosis. That's just in the top 64 coins. And then a few that are in the Cosmos ecosystem, but not yet on the IBC, like Thorchain, Oasis, and Cadena. Secret Network also in the top 100. For some reason, Juno is not classified as Cosmos on CoinGecko, but Juno is also in the top 100. Broke into there recently. We've been covering it on this channel for a few months. Juno should be in here as well. Juno is on the IBC and is sort of a fundamental ecosystem token in Cosmos. But so as you can see, there's a lot of good coins, and so it's going to be really tough to pick which farms we want to use today. But I basically have three goals that I'm going for. One is that I want to have exposure to all of the blue chips within the Cosmos ecosystem. I want to earn steady passive income through this, and I also want to make sure that I'll be eligible for airdrops, because there are a lot of airdrops in the Cosmos ecosystem. Some of them are extremely valuable, and to maximize those airdrops, you need to stake some of your coins. So some of these strategies will involve staking and not just providing liquidity like we usually do with yield farming. And that's another reason why Cosmos doesn't necessarily fit in with the normal portfolio videos I do, because staking is just such an important part of the Cosmos ecosystem when virtually every coin is a proof of stake coin. Cool. So now that that is all out of the way, let's look at some of the protocols that we're going to be using today. First is the Keplr wallet. If you're in Cosmos, you are probably already familiar with Keplr. Keplr is the go-to wallet for the Cosmos ecosystem, and that is where we will be staking our coins. Next, we'll use Osmosis. Osmosis is the main DEX of the Cosmos ecosystem, although there are a few others. And they have some pretty nice rates on here, and they have virtually every single token in the Cosmos. And then the final place that we're going to go, and this is an app that is on one of the Cosmos networks, is Anchor Protocol, which many of you are probably familiar with. This is on Terra, but in order to get good yields on our stablecoins, we'll be using Anchor. And for the rest of this video, I'm not going to necessarily go into specific farms that are on Terra, on Secret, etc., just because it would be too expansive. You're getting into, like we saw a second ago, almost half of the top 10 DeFi chains at that point. But I think it's fair to say that for our stablecoins, we're going to use Anchor Protocol. Cool. So now that we've seen the protocols, let's look very briefly at the categories that we're going to use for our portfolio. Because again, this is about building a balanced but high APR portfolio. So to quickly switch over to PowerPoint, there we go. So as a reminder, we have stablecoins, we have our high conviction large caps, high conviction small caps, and then we have our Moonshot projects. These are going to be the ones that could really blow up or have really high APR. And as we go in with these, we're only going to really look for 4 or 5 positions. You don't really need more than that to have a balanced portfolio, especially if you're just in one ecosystem like we are today. Cool. So stablecoins, like I said a second ago, we're going to go to Anchor. 20% on UST. That is tough to beat. There is a pool on Osmosis that is USTEEUR. However, right now, I believe it's under 15%. In the past, it's been as high as 30%. But since it's lower right now, we'll stick to this nice, clean 20% on Anchor. And that is pretty straightforward. Next, we have our high conviction large cap coins. And so for large cap, usually I mean anything over $1 billion. But this can get somewhat arbitrary. And for these categories today, I'm going to sort of be a little bit more flexible with small cap. And part of that is that my small cap in the Cosmos ecosystem has been Juno for the past few months, and that has just broken into what I would normally consider a large cap. But for this portfolio, I'm going to keep Juno in the small cap category, just because I think that since it's on the cusp, it's fair to allocate it into that category. But for large cap, we're going to look for some of those top coins that I mentioned a second ago. And so if we just go over here, for example, look at the top Cosmos ecosystem coins. You could include Terra in that. You could include Crypto.com, Cosmos, Osmosis. I like Crypto.com, great app. But I think I'm actually going to try to make sure I have exposure to Terra, Cosmos, and Osmosis, and then I'll be very, very happy with those. So first thing I'm going to do, if you like Cosmos ecosystem, you probably want some exposure to Atom. And Atom, the main way that you get yield on it is through those airdrops I mentioned a second ago. So right now, the staking rewards are only around 15%, which is nice by normal standards, but not fantastic by DeFi standards. However, the multiple airdrops on Cosmos over the past year have brought those rewards well over 100% if you factor those in. And I know that there are a lot more airdrops coming. So I'm going to say that I'll take half of that 40%, so 20% of my total Cosmos portfolio. I would stake that. I would just take that and I'd put it in staking and make sure that I'm eligible for those airdrops. And to be eligible for some of them, you also need to vote. So make sure you vote on various initiatives. I know it takes some time, but it's worth it to potentially get thousands of dollars, for me at least. Next thing we'll want to do is fill out the other half of that 40% of our portfolio. And so for that, we're going to go to Osmosis and look at some pools. You can see here there's some very, very nice pools. Atom Osmo, I'm almost tempted to do this instead of the staking because this is pretty much guaranteed 90%, but I think I really want those airdrops. So I'm going to pass on this for now. Although I do like that pool a lot. There are some good CRO pools if you want to get exposure to that as a large cap. But we really want some Luna. Here you go. Osmo and Atom paired with the Euro stablecoin. 108% for Osmo. That's very nice. That is very nice. But let's see Luna. So Luna UST is 69%. Luna Osmo, this is the pool that I like. So 106%, you have exposure to Luna, which is a top 10 coin, one of the largest stablecoins. And then also Osmo, which is the DEX of Cosmos and is turning into an entire DeFi hub. They have a lot of cool DeFi features like superfluid staking that will be launching in the near future. And so I'm going to go with this 106% Luna Osmo. And I've got exposure to Luna, got exposure to Osmo, and I'm earning 106%. By the way, I know people worry about impermanent loss. I was in this pool for maybe 3 months. Luna went up a lot, and then Osmo went up a lot, and they fluctuated around. When I exited the pool 3 months later, they actually had moved by the exact same percentage. I had the same amount that I went in with. So if you're bullish on both coins, then impermanent loss does not always matter. And so that's how I'll round out the large caps. So as a recap, now we have 30% of our portfolio on Anchor. We have 20% staking Atom, 20% in the Luna Osmo pool on Osmosis, earning 106%. And then now it's time for our small cap. And like I sort of mentioned a second ago, I really want some exposure to Juno here. Juno, if you're not familiar, is aiming to be the smart contract hub of the Cosmos network. So the reason why we're not talking about applications that are built on Cosmos with the Atom token itself is that the Cosmos hub actually doesn't have permissionless smart contracts on it. So you couldn't go build an app and deploy it to the Cosmos hub. That's just not how it works. Juno is being built to be that secondary hub where anyone can set up an app and they can build an app that not only calls smart contracts on Juno network, but calls smart contracts on other IBC connected networks. And because of this, it's gotten a lot of attention and it's grown a lot and actually broken into the top 100 just in the past few days. Because it's just on the cusp of the top 100, I'm going to still consider it a small cap for this video. And so if you want to get some yield on Juno, you could go to Osmosis. You get 59% if you pair it with Osmo. You get 41% if you pair it with Atom. And these rewards are actually higher because Juno is also eligible for external incentives. So if you factor these in, it's over 100%. However, and this isn't shown here in the wallet, but the staking rewards on Juno are also 115%. So even though these Juno Osmo and Juno Atom rewards are so good, the rewards on just staking Juno is 115%, and that does make you eligible for some airdrops as well. So I'm gonna go with the staking Juno. So I'm gonna take this 20% of the portfolio, put it in Juno, stake it, and forget about it. Set it and forget it. And you know that rounds out that part of our portfolio where now we have 30% in Anchor, we have 20% in Atom staking, 20% in the Luna Osmo pool on Osmosis, and then 20% staking Juno. That leaves our final Moonshot for 10%. And as I said in other videos, this 10%, that's really the highest percentage I would do. You know, I might even do 5%. But for this portfolio, we'll do 10%. And so in this case, there's not a ton of high risk yield farms on the Cosmos network, just because most protocols are their own chain, and you wouldn't sort of spin up an entire chain for some degen farm. And so instead, I'm going to look for something that has a really high APR on Osmosis itself. So if we go back to Osmosis here, then we should be able to look around and find something with some good percentages. And you know, if you want to do this, I'd recommend you research these coins, because ultimately you want to find coins that you're bullish on, that you can get high yield on. You know, I've personally moved away from investing in things just for the APR if I don't think the coin itself has any sort of at least medium-term potential. So there's a lot of things you could find here, but one that catches my eye is, let's find it, Stars. Stars is an NFT network that is launching on Cosmos any day now. And Stars is both here in the main pools, and it also has external incentives. That means that Stars is providing Stars tokens to people who provide liquidity. So Stars Osmos, Atom Stars, you can see it here. And if you go to their website, they tell you that the LP on the Stars Osmo pool is 305% with their incentives, and the Stars Atom pool is 357% with their incentives. And so this is an interoperable layer 1 for NFTs. So sort of playing on two different narratives, layer 1's interoperability and NFTs. And it's also going to earn 357% if you pair it with Osmo. And Osmosis was one of the large caps that we wanted exposure to anyways. So to me, that's almost a no-brainer. Almost a no-brainer. Not rare that you get a Moonshot degen play that also can have such high potential coins. So I'm going to go with this for 357%. And so then as a final recap of our portfolio on Cosmos, we would have 20% in Anchor, 20% staking Atom, 20% in the Luna Osmo pool for around 106%, 20% staking Juno for 115%, but also earning airdrops, and then 10% in the Stars Osmo pool on Osmosis, earning 357%. And if you do the weighted average out on that, that comes out to about an average of 89%, not counting the airdrop, so it would actually probably be much higher. And for example, if you invested $1,000 into this, you would be earning around $2.44 a day or $73 a month, not counting the fact that you'd be compounding it, so it would actually be a bit higher over the course of a month. And the cool thing about that is then you can take those returns and you can start building positions in new coins. So many of the projects that I own on the Cosmos ecosystem, I've built my portfolio on those, my position on those entirely with the returns from Atom, Luna, and Osmo. That way I can hold coins that I have confidence in and then just use the returns to buy smaller coins. And it's sort of a comfy way to get exposure to new things and build up your portfolio over time. That is how I would build a portfolio on Cosmos. Let me know if there's any other plays that you're looking at on Cosmos. I'm aware of Juno Swap, and I am using Juno Swap, but they don't have APRs yet, so I didn't cover that in this video. But if you're using that or any other DEXs, be sure to drop a comment down below. And if you have any other ecosystems you want me to cover, also feel free to drop a request down below. Hope you enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe, and follow me on Twitter. And until next time, this is Dynamo DeFi.